right, thank you very much. Well, I do love hockey. I'm a big hockey fan, and when I was a little kid, I was a very nerdy hockey fan, somewhat of an unlikely hockey fan. I had big Coke bottle glasses and knee braces with hinges, and one Christmas when I was about 10 years old, I asked my parents for a Buffalo Sabres t-shirt. And it's a hockey team from upstate New York. Not necessarily because I liked the Buffalo Sabres hockey team. I just liked all the jersey designs in the NHL, and my favorite animal at age 10 was the buffalo. So like all kids who get the gift they want on the first day back to school, you proudly present it, right? And so I kind of confidently pulled on my Buffalo Sabres shirt and got back into the swing of things in grade 5, and my elementary school went up to grade 7. And the grade 7 kids were getting really, really big by that point. And the biggest, meanest kid in grade 7 was also the best hockey player in our school. And he happened to see me walking down the hall that first day back after Christmas, and he reached down to me, grabbed me by the shirt like this, pulled me up, and screamed into my face, "Buffalo Sabres suck, kid," and then threw me down onto the hall where my glasses went off clattering and my knee braces locked up. And as you can imagine, this was incredibly traumatizing. And so I never wore that shirt again, out of quivering fear, out of shame, and out of the need that children have to want to assimilate. I'm not going up against the alpha dog. Cut to high school, me and the bully, you know how the kids, they just keep going. If you don't move neighborhoods, if you have a bully, they're with you all the way through. And high school, yeah, he was still there, and I remember a party late in high school, and by the time he was in high school, he was absolutely gigantic, still the best player in the school, not only the school, but the whole town, and he would still pick on me. And at one party late in high school, I remember that he punched me in the stomach, stole my beer, and had sex with my girlfriend. And not necessarily in that order. And so by the time I finished high school, I hated this bully, and by association, I hated what I used to love, hockey. Now, jump ahead 20 years later, I'm in my late 30s, and a group of my artist friends, actors and authors and musicians, all decide to reclaim hockey, the sport they were driven out of by like-minded bullies. And we formed our own art-based beer league team that Deb mentioned, the Vancouver Flying V's, for which I am the goalie. Now, at one holiday season, we were able to take part in an outdoor hockey tournament up in the mountains. If you've grown up in the Lower Mainland, you know this is something we never get to do here. And so it was beautiful, and the snow was falling down, and the Christmas lights were lit up. It was just incredible. And skating outdoors, I mean, sure, we got to play 3 games. The first 2 we were just clobbered. But we had 1 game left to play, and I remember standing in the crease and getting warmed up with my mask on and everything, and I looked down at the team that we were playing, and I saw a familiar Hulk skating down at the other end. But a lot of what used to be up here was now kind of down here as he swished around, but he still had all the moves, and he was still great. Yes, to my shock and horror, it was my bully. And all of a sudden, I felt like that cowering kid on the elementary school floor, shivering and shaking, and I was trying to hide in my mask and my goalie gear, and I just wanted to roll up into a ball and disappear. But the puck dropped, and the game was on. And it was fast and furious, and they tossed us around like rag dolls. But by the end of the second period, somehow your Vancouver Flying V's were up by 3 goals to 2. Thank you. Thanks. But as hockey fans know, there are 3 periods. So the third period starts, and 10 seconds into it, my bully gets a clear-cut breakaway. And he is charging. His skates on the ice sound like an axe on a sharpening stone coming at me. He is charging. He has no idea who I am. He's charging at me like a buffalo with red eyes glaring. And he's coming down, and I'm standing, and I am quivering and shaking and freaking out. And he pulls a backhanded deke, which is over here to my blocker's side, and I lunge out, and the puck hits my blocker and deflects away, and my bench erupts, and everyone's scared, and he slams his stick down, and I breathe. My heart is going like a jackhammer, and I breathe a sigh of relief, and the game keeps going and winds down and winds down and winds down. We're into the final minute, and then the final 30 seconds, and like a cross between Groundhog Day, Slapshot, and The Shining, he gets another clear-cut breakaway with under 30 seconds left in this outdoor winter wonderland. And I glance up at the clock, and there's 28 seconds and ticking. And I look at him, and I'm thinking, will the game end before he has a chance to get to me? And I thought, no, he's going to get the shot off. And he's coming faster and furious right at me. And he pulls the exact same move, but faster. And I lunge out again, and I reach all the way up, and I just get the tip of my middle finger on it. The finger that I wanted to show him my entire life. And the clock rolls down, the buzzer goes, and the Vancouver Flying V's win the game 3-2, and I beat my bully. And I'll tell you, right then, I learned that revenge is best served on ice. Thank you very much.
Grant Lawrence.